Hello there, good morning, welcome back to Crafters TV. I'm going to say it, Merry Christmas. Oh yes, it's all going to be very, very festive for you. Today we are celebrating a brand new launch. It is, of course, launch day here on Crafters TV. It is, well, I was going to say it's an exclusive launch on Crafters TV. It is. It's a UK exclusive. It's a world exclusive as well. So many of you will be getting your first opportunity to get your hands on this gorgeous collection today. I'm going to take you through everything that you get included. But before I do that, I am not here on my own. The Queen of Crafters Companion herself is here. How are you, Sara?
Oh yes, I always pull rank on the big launches, don't I? I feel really bad on the rest of the team, but when it's a big launch like this, I was just brimming with ideas and had to do the show with you. And I've got some phenomenal demos, but not just demos, like tips and tricks and techniques to share with you. It's a brilliant range because it's quite concise. It's one of them ones where there's got loads, there's so much sometimes we do in a range, whereas with this we've been really good about saying, do you know what, it's really about this amazing paper pad and then all of the elements that go to round off the paper pad. And if you are not sure, stay with us, grab a cup of tea. I promise you it's going to be a fantastic 2 hours, brimming with ideas and inspiration, so you cannot go anywhere for the next couple of hours. There's something specific you want to see, just let us know, and I'm going to get ready for some incredible demonstrations.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited. It has been so incredibly busy on pre-order. So many of you have gone for this before the show even started. A third of the stock on the whole big collection. A third. I haven't even showed you the price yet. Let me show you what you're going to be able to make though with it, because it is absolutely amazing. You can see here. So first off, what we're going to throw in there are some gorgeous cut and emboss folders for you. So this is the more square one. You also get this gorgeous rounded one as well. So if you want to create frames and borders or apertures into your boxes, absolutely it's going to allow you to do that. What we're also giving you are some gorgeous flower dies in here as well. So you're going to get the festive foliage in here and the poinsettia perfection, and they're going to allow you to make these gorgeous paper flowers. Think about cutting them out of a whole host of other things as well. They would look gorgeous also with your foam. What I also then love is all the different words that you're getting in this collection, and it all plays so nicely together. So you're going to get this one just here firstly, which is Peace on Earth. They are all really iconic Christmas sentiments that we've got for you. You're also going to get in here as well Merry Christmas. The great thing is that you're getting the matte layer as well as the word, so you really can play around with how you put these together. You're also going to get Christmas wishes in here, which is that one just there. I love this one, Season's Greeting, done with that gorgeous drop shadow there as well. There's lots that you're going to be able to do with these. You are getting an edgeable die in here as well, which I'm just going to show you, which is, oh, where's it gone? What am I like? Here it is. It's this one just here. Look at that gorgeous.
Oh, I'm making that card.
You're making that one?
Yeah, I'm making that one later.
Fantastic. You're also going to get the stamp and die as well, which is this one here, this jolly little chap just there, which is your Santa Claus. You do get some really wonderful nesting dies in here as well. So if you want to make, well, they're not really called nesting dies. They're like very, very fancy frame dies that you've got just here. But they make these gorgeous ornate frames, as you can see, which are going to work beautifully with your project. Now, you're also getting some stamps in here as well, which are going to allow you to really create and finish your project. But oh my word, I know you guys love 12 by 12 paper pads like as much as I do, 100%, but we couldn't believe when we looked at how many people had gone for the paper pad before the show, could not believe how many of you had multi-ordered on the paper pad. Literally everyone has ordered at least one of these, which is fantastic. What I love about it is that it's very traditional, but it's also kind of not steampunky, but it's a little bit vintage. It's a bit distressed. It's very sort of French almost in its influence, but with this gorgeous, gorgeous imagery. If you love to fussy cut, this is a fussy cutter's dream, this. It is also double-sided. Don't think about just using it as 12 by 12s. You're going to split it down and break it down. You've got 48 sheets in here. If you wanted to cut it down 6 by 6s, that's nearly 200 sheets you could turn this into. It is amazing. It is available individually, and what I can hear already is people are doing, they are ordering that main collection and then popping an extra one of this into their basket. Look at that little cheeky chappy there. It is just a thing of beauty. What I love about it is it's very different to anything we normally do, which is fantastic, which is again why I think you've loved it so much. Now, £92 or $105, that is your price. However, it's a great saving. £24 or $54 is your saving, which is amazing. Let me just break down everything you're getting in here because it is absolutely colossal. So there you can see everything you've got. So you've got all your metal dies in there. You've got Poinsettia Perfection, Festive Foliage, Peace on Earth, Christmas Wishes, Season's Greetings, Merry Christmas, Yuletide Frames, Enchanted Ivy. You've got those 2 cut and emboss folders in there as well, Elegant Holly and Festive Frames, the paper pad, then you've got the stamped die St Nicholas, you've got the acrylic stamps, and we're going to throw in the pokey tool as well. Should be £116 normally, or $159. Today, £92 or $105. However, I've got even better news for you. If you are in Club Inspire, which let's face it, so many of you are, Club Inspire Platinum members can get this today for £73.60. Now, this is a world launch, and that represents a £43 saving, which is incredible. Club Inspire Platinum members in the US, you can get this for $84, which is a $75 saving. You've not seen this before in the US. It will be your first opportunity to purchase it from us here today. I can see loads of you commenting already. I'd love to know what your favourite element of the... Let's say, what's your favourite element apart from the 12 by 12? Because otherwise, I know it's just all going to be 12 by 12. Can you pick a favourite bit, Sarah, or is it just like, you know, trying to pick a favourite child?
I love the frames. Wait till I show you some of the things that I'm going to be doing. And you know, you've got the frames in the cut and emboss folders and the frames in the die set there. You see what I mean when I said it's quite a concise collection?
Yeah.
We've been pretty good when it comes to this. You can see there, you've got the poinsettia, you've got the foliage, those key core Christmas words. Obviously, you need an edgeable. So you need an edgeable, you need a frame in there. We've been just really good with one set of stamps in terms of the sentiments. And then you've got the Santa Claus with the gorgeous stamp set and then the die to cut him out. So all in all, pretty compact and precise, but everything starts with that 12 by 12 pad. So I know I always say that about every one of our ranges, but this is very different, okay? We worked with a fantastic artist on this, and basically, she had this beautiful vintage artwork, which is the same sort of artwork you'll see in Christmas cards in the stores. You'll see it used in home decor, and it's every year. It's not like it's a 2020 theme. This is the same kind of vintage artwork you see all the time. But instead of just giving you that artwork, she's worked on each one of these pages. It's although it's been kind of cut out and then pieced back together. So you can see each one you're getting 2 sides. So the beautiful Christmas florals that go with it are just incredible. But you're getting multiple sheets. You get 3 sheets of each one, Joe. But then can you see how they've all got elements in them? So for example, you could take this here, and if you use that lovely frame die, you can see how it's all been sized to work really, really well as you start and take the components apart. So you've got the Santa Claus in there. Oh, let's have a look, 4 sheets of each one. The really rich colours. So can you see, again, if you wanted to take this part here, imagine you're doing this now with the embossing folder, and you can see how that embossing folder is going to show it off. Or perhaps you wanted to use this element here, and you can see how that's been perfectly sized. We've really thought through how you're going to use individual pieces of this paper pad, pulling it back apart. And traditional Santa, so you know he did have he was blue. Before a very famous company turned him into red because it obviously fit with their corporate branding a little bit better. You know which one I mean, don't you?
I do.
Holidays are coming. Yes. So let's not start singing though. Aren't these lovely though? Aren't they really nice traditional elements? And you'll see how I'm going to bring so many of them out into kind of focal pieces, but then also using background elements like these, and they're all going to work really, really well in each kind. Now look at this. Look at how gorgeous those background papers are. Now I'm not just going to be making cards, I'm going to be making cards in this show, gift bags, gift boxes. I've got loads to show you. Hang on, I'm only halfway through the paper pad here, Joe. Apparently this pad's gone absolutely crazy on its own, by the way. Just since we've started the show, loads of you have checked out. That is not including everybody who's sat with these in their basket. I mean, it really is The paper pad is essential, so if you want to get multiples of it, you can. And remember what we do, it says on there, if you spend £40 or $40, you will get an extra 15% off. So that doesn't include the big bundle. The big bundle's a 20% saving if you go for it. But if you wanted to buy a couple of the extra paper pads, for example, as long as you spend over £40 or $40 on the extras, or anything across the range, you could be getting another 15% off there as well.
It reminds me, Sara, that paper pad of friends of mine had like a Georgian villa and they restored it, and in one of the rooms they took like the wallpaper off layer by layer, and that's kind of what that looks like a decoupage of loads of different intricate wallpapers all together. It's just beautiful.
It does, doesn't it?
It really
does. And then I'll just quickly show you some of the other elements. So I've shown you how you would use those lovely cut and emboss folders in with it. We've talked about using this frame, which, by the way, if you're just going for a few little elements of the collection, this is one that you absolutely must get, because it is one of the most usable frames I've ever found. And then, of course, you've got the matching edgeable. So if you want to do that lovely card that I showed you, can you see? That's that edgeable down the side there. Whether you use it just down one side like this, or, because I'm going to have loads of time, I've got 2 hours to show you loads of samples. How fabulous is this one? Let me show you that to the front, because that just shows you how that edgeable works beautifully well, and the edgeable is exactly the same design as what you're getting in that lovely background piece. And that background one, because it's multiple dies, Joe, you see we've used that outside piece here, but then also these inner ones to create this inner frame on the inside. I'll show you how we do all of that, by the way. If there's any cards that we're specifically looking at that you want to see more about as well, let us know and we can do a little bit more work on them. Now, you've also got two other pieces that I really want to show you, are these two here. So this is your gorgeous foliage, and I'm going to show you how we do some shaping with these, but they're also brilliant if you want to use them with your flower forming foam as well. So these would be brilliant. And let me just get this amazing sample from down here and show you this. I mean, this is what happens when you use everything together, right? So that gorgeous frame, the cut and embossed frame, and it's actually, let me get this switched on. It's actually got a little tea light that just got, I don't think you'll be able to see it in here, and we're not clever enough to be able to turn the lights down. Yeah, never mind. But you can do that with a nice little, I could send Joe over to turn the lights off. I don't know if I were a professional, we'd look there. But you see that's got vellum inside, and then look how this spray just comes down the outside. So if you're wanting to create three-dimensional poinsettias, this is the die set to do it with. I mean, you can see on the front there, it gives you that lovely kind of example, but these are the ones we're going to work with. So I'm going to be using that a lot with some of the glitter card that we've got on the show, Joe, and then that works really, really well with the foliage. And then just a couple of other pieces that we've got in the set to show you. This lovely vintage Santa Claus. So I've used him in a load of the samples that I've planned. It stamps beautifully well, but it's brilliant to colour. So those of you who are wanting to practice colouring with your tri-blends, your alcohol markers, look how lovely you can get that 3D effect. And then you can also do that cut around the outside, and I'll show you how we get that little bit of a glow around him when we come to do that sample a little bit later. Loads to go at, Joe, isn't there?
Oh, loads. Absolutely. Really exciting. Loads of people commenting along. Crafting with Quilling Lady says, had a look at the set and it's gorgeous. Leanne saying, morning all. I ordered this on the weekend. Can't wait for it to arrive. Looking forward to seeing all the demos. And Michelle saying, I have been so excited for the vintage collection to go live. Mine is checked out with an extra paper pad. An extra paper pad and the big collection seems to be the theme thus far. I can't wait to see how many of these Christine Mahoney ends up with. Can you in upstate New York, the queen of our paper pads? She's got, an unbelievable. I think she's going to open up a paper pad museum at some point. But it is very, very busy. Over a third of the stock has gone. A lot of you ordered before the show. Hundreds and hundreds of you. Hundreds of you already gone for that paper pad as well in this show. So it is super, super busy. If there's anything you want to know, any questions you've got as you go through, any ideas you want to share with us as well, drop into the comments on Facebook, on Crafters, over on Crafters TV. You can also drop into the comments on YouTube, someone will pick them up there. And if you want to share any pictures with us, maybe some of the festive things that you made last year, we'd love to see them. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you send those into. Right, I'm so excited to see you get to work with this, Sara.
Come on, I'll show you. So this is the creative process that we go through as we're putting this together, okay? So always start with the paper pad, right? And then have a little look through, Jo, and it will inspire you. So I love the beautiful Christmas roses on here. That Merry Christmas is going to make a lovely focal point on one of your cards. Keep going, right? Love this one here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking, right, we're going to take that and we're going to use that as a focal point on our card. You've still got all of this that can be a focal point on another card, and you've got the beautiful reverse of that, which you know is going to work really, really well with it as well. So look what I've done is I've just cut that piece out. So we've used about 1/6 of the piece of cardstock, Jo. I mean, a fraction of the amount. I'm kind of selling you on the idea of not needing more card pads at this size, because I'm saying you're using so little. But I've cut that out. And remember what I said, Jo, about look how well these are all designed to frame. So we've then designed all of the cut and emboss folders to cut around the frame. And then I've taken just another piece of one of the corresponding pads, and all the colours will match in together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these two together on the base of a card, but we're going to draw attention to this element here. So to do that, what I've done is I've just cut myself a piece of white cardstock that is the same height as this, but wider. So can you see how I've gone quite a bit wide? I've gone 1 inch wider on either side, and we're going to start off with using this for embossing. Now, here's the thing, Jo, right? Your natural instinct is to go like this so that you can see the embossing. However, when it's a cut and emboss folder, think of this as your die. So you know how we'd always put our die face down into the paper? I want you to think of it like that. So you're going to essentially look into the back, get that all ready, right? Now that it's upside down, I mean, it doesn't matter because the paper's the same on both sides, but that is the side that's going to emboss. If you were using this on like a patterned cardstock, like a glitter or something like that, then that's going to be perfect. Now, I will tell you, we haven't included a paper pad with this collection, like cardstock, because we've got really nice traditional Christmas coloured pads already. So it seems silly to create another paper pad with colours in there when we've already got the right, mirror card and glitter card in them Christmas colours. Now, on the show today, I've asked for all of our glitter cards on there in those Christmas colours. So go and have a little look on the website and you'll see that they will all be in there so that you can kind of finish this all off. Now, that has embossed an absolute dream, Jo. And watch what I'm going to do. All you need is like a nice Christmassy red and Christmassy green. So I've got grasshopper and Chinese red, and you'll find I'm going to use that for pretty much all of my demos. So I'm going to just highlight the holly first of all in the greens, and then I'm going to bring a little bit of the red into the other background. Actually, I'll take that out. I'm not just going to use green and red. I think green, red, and then maybe it's a little bit of a brown. So like you fry a brown or a seal brown or something, and that should be all of the colours you're going to need to use with this collection.
Fantastic. Loads of people loving this already, Sara. Lots of people letting me know that they're getting the orders placed. Shireen says, watching on YouTube, love watching on the big screen. Oh, hello to everyone that's got us on the big telly today. Right, I've got news for you, Sara. We've got a new TV at Purple Towers.
Oh.
And it's got YouTube. Director Daniel has hooked us up. It's got YouTube like in the telly magically. So you can just press it and then you can just watch us on 55 inches now at the house. It is incredible.
Well, so, Jo, when you're missing me...
absolutely, I know where you are. I can find you.
You just need to pop me on the big telly in the Purple Towers.
Absolutely, you're always there with us. Stephen says, OMG, this collection is amazing and the price is an out of this world deal. I've got to get it. Corinne saying that, hi all, I really love this paper. I've ordered 3 of the paper pads. Don't think you're alone there, Corinne. Ruth Ann as well says, I'm going to need to make Christmas cards every day to use all of the awesomeness. Absolutely love this. The details for the paper pad are there on your screen if you want to get extras, $14.99 or $17.95. Do you know what? I think it's a beautiful, a lot of people are buying into the big collection then getting extra paper pads. There'll be those of you out there that are just buying the paper pads, and that is absolutely fine because yes, it works brilliantly with the collection. It does work well on its own. When you use the whole thing together, it's a marriage made in heaven. If you are going for that big collection, remember £92 or $105. Club Inspire Platinum members, you can grab it today. I can't believe I'm saying this for a brand new Christmas collection, $73.60 or $84. We haven't seen this one in the UK, in the US yet. Am I right in thinking that, Sarah?
No, so this will be on HSN in the September show for anyone who's waiting to see this on HSN. So it's not going to be on HSN tomorrow. This is in the September shows for HSN.
Wonderful.
So, right, let's have a little look. What I'm going to do, Joe, is I'm just going to now find the score line at either side of this. So can you see, it doesn't matter about getting it exact, as long as you get that, as long as you do all of your embossing and whatnot first, then I'm going to just frame this here on both sides. And what you'll find is now, when we bring that onto that lovely base that we had, and just use a little bit of tape. Oh, tape pens back in stock this week.
They are.
The
Can
ship
I
has
give you an
landed.
exclusive when they're going to be on?
Go on, you tell everyone.
If you want to stock up on paper pads, you need to join me on Wednesday night with Leanne during Creative Cravings, because we've even got them on a deal. Oh yes. Join them then. Grab some now and make sure you need some for now and some for later. So grab them as soon as they come back in stock. But yeah, if you'll want to join me on Wednesday, that's all I can say.
Yes.
I've said too much, Sarah.
We've all been waiting for them the tape pens to come back in stock. So absolutely, just don't clean us out in like a week, because we're going to pull a few, aren't we? So that we've got, even if we sell out, I am fully envisaging them to sell out again before the next shipment comes. So if you're waiting to stock up, make sure you get stocked up this week. Now, there's my Santa Claus with that gorgeous framing on. Looks fabulous. And then what I'm going to do is just get where did I put the rest of my card? I've put it somewhere. There's the back of it. And, oh my life, Joe. I've got so much gear here. Here it is. Right.
There's a lot to get through.
There's always a lot to get through. Right, because I'm doing some flat sticking, I'm going to use a little bit of the all-purpose, and I've already matted and layered this just onto a little bit of gold cardstock. And what I've done is I've not gutted the centre of the card, because I want the back of my card to be nice and strong. Okay, so that's going to form the back there. This here is then going to give us that lovely doming on the front. And obviously with a 3D card like this, you're going to want to make a 3D envelope box for it. So your 3D envelope box would really kind of house and protect it. Now, I think that looks nice, but it definitely feels unfinished to me. You know what I mean? It feels like it just needs something. And that's when I'm going to bring in a little bit of the... If you get your glitter cards, I've got some of the red glitter card, I've got some of the gold glitter card, and I've got some of our gold matte mirror card, and I'm just going to do a little bit of cutting out with some of those lovely poinsettias and the foliage that we've got as well, Joe.
All of our glitter cards on the website now, all the 10 sheet packs that are on the website are 3 for £10 at the moment, so a great chance to get stocked up. Definitely get yourself over to the website, have a look. You can have a mix and match, you get all 3 of one colour, you choose however you get them, just make sure you get that 3-4 deal that's there right now over on the website. Very, very busy, almost 40% gone of this brand new world exclusive collection that we're bringing to you. Am I right in thinking as well, this is the full collection, isn't it, Sarah? So if you're going for this today, you know you've got absolutely everything, because what happens is, especially with Christmas collections, we bring them back, don't we? But we're not really going to reorder this now this side of Christmas. So if it sells out, we might bring back half of them, like half the words and one of the embossing folders or something along those lines. But to get the lot, you want to get in right away, I'm thinking.
This will be your only chance to get the lot, if I'm being really honest. If you want it, then you're going to have to get it, and you're going to have to get it probably this week, if I'm being really honest, Joe, because it has been a lot busier than we were expecting. Plus, one thing you need to remember is all of the shops have opened back up now as well. So whereas a few weeks ago when we were talking about product and we were launching it, we would have pretty much all the stock available to sell, we'd have it here. Whereas now we're having to send it, all of our shops will be, so Chesterfield and Evesham are going to be reopening next week. And then we're starting to send it to a lot of our partners that stock our products. So if you're wanting to get this, yeah, chances are we could be completely out of stock of this within the first few days potentially.
Yeah, it's incredibly busy. Loads of you loving it. Someone asking on Facebook if they can see the B-side of the paper pad. I love that term, that it has an A-side and a B-side, like a pop record. But yeah, sure, we'll show you the B. I'll show you the B-side next time you come back to me. I love that. Who was that who said that? It was Roberta Miller on YouTube. Yeah, absolutely.
That's brilliant. Right, with these lovely poinsettias, can you see, Joe, that even though I didn't send them through to emboss, the pressure in the Gemini has embossed them, and also on them leaves. So all I'm going to do is pop all of these face down, and we can do a little bit of shaping with all of these. So if you get your ball tools and you want different sizes, so I would say this one's going to be nice for that lovely big one there. And can you see how easy it is? I'm going to go a little bit bigger. How easy it is just to shape all of those leaves. So don't leave them flat. Use the embossing lines that we've put in as a guide for you. Just give it a little bit of a rub over the back. The stamping mats are absolutely brilliant to use this for. If you don't have one of these, use the underside of a mouse mat or something.
Wonderful. And again, these would look lovely, I think, if you wanted to make like wreaths, build them up into big wreaths for the inside of windows, you know, to decorate your Christmas windows, would be absolutely lovely. And also you can make cards using this collection, of course you can, but think about making things like the wreaths. How incredible would the 12 by 12 papers work if you wanted to give someone like a festive box frame instead of a card this year, something that they can bring out time and time again. It would work beautifully for that. Scrapbooking is going to look beautiful using this collection as well. £92 or $105 gets you absolutely all of it. I mean, there is that offer, isn't there, Sarah, of spend £40 or $40 and save an extra 15%.
Yes.
You'd be a better person than I was if you could split this collection up, though, because, I mean, as you said, it is quite a concise collection, and I don't think there's really any of like, oh, well, maybe you could just get that, and that, or that, and that. When it works so beautifully together, it's lovely just to have the lot, isn't it?
It is, and trust me, it's one where you won't regret getting everything, because everything isn't that much, you know, and it's not very often I say this. Usually we get a little bit carried away and we do a load of stuff, whereas actually with this one, the whole collection, to be able to get the whole collection, well, it's just over $100, but if you think about it, you're getting those 2 pokey tools, so by the time you take that into account, I mean, it really is not, it's not that big. And if you think about it, those of you who are platinum customers, essentially, I think what you're going to be getting, it's not far off half price.
No, it isn't.
Not?
As a platinum member in the US, you're spending $84, which gives you a saving of $75.30. So, yeah, it is incredible value for money. UK platinum members as well, spending $73.60, saving $43.26. So great value, however you look at it. And as you were saying, Sarah, not going to be available in the US for another month or more. So a great opportunity to get it with your Club Inspired discount right now at an incredible saving, and be amongst the first crafters globally to get your hands on this brand new exclusive collection.
Well, I like it when you say something like that. And we'll be doing multiple masterclasses on this.
Right,
so
okay.
yes, I will be sharing with you some ideas today, but then we'll be planning once everyone gets theirs delivered in a few weeks' time. If you want to go, you know, if you want to get it, and then you want to come and be part of our show, or you know, you want to come and get some more ideas once you've had yours delivered, you can absolutely do that.
Oh, wonderful. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled on the Crafters TV schedule to keep an eye on when that will be coming up. But knowing Sarah, I'm sure it won't be too far away.
Right, I think I'm going to pop that little Yuletide greetings down in the bottom corner there, and that has come together quite nice. Just what a difference it's made when we've used that lovely big poinsettia there on the bottom as well. Isn't that lovely? But it just shows, Joe, it all started with that lovely big Santa Claus in the middle. But then we've really got crafty with the gilding wax, with our little colours, everything. Just brings it to life beautifully well.
It really does. It is a gorgeous collection, and it is getting really, really busy. Right, I'd quickly like to run you through, again, what you're getting in here in this collection. So let's start off with those cut and embossed frames that you've got in here. You've got that square one, which is gorgeous. You've also got the more rounded one too. Now, of course, they make great card fronts or frames. They also make great box lids. Think about using these for your shaker cards as well. They're going to be perfect for those. You're also then getting the 2 flower dies included in here as well. So you're getting your Poinsettia Perfection in here, which is gorgeous. And you're also getting in there as well your festive foliage. But this gives you an idea of the different style of flowers that you're able to create. And you're going to layer these up. Now, you can layer them up in their true natural colour, or you can go abstract with them, absolutely. Think about using things like your silver glitter card in here, along with your silver mirror and matte mirror to make really lovely abstract Christmas flowers with them. Right, you've then got as well all of your words. So you're going to get the 4 different words in here for you. So you've got this one just here, which is Season's Greetings. I love this, the way that is drop shadowed. You don't necessarily think about pink and blue being Christmas colours, but somehow with that gorgeous paper pad, it really works. You've then got Christmas wishes in here as well, as you can see. Now you can either use a sentiment on its own, like it's been used there, or with Merry Christmas, you can see how the topper and the sentiment have been used, the mat and the sentiment have been used together there to give you something a little bit different as well. You've then also got your Merry Christmas, Christmas wishes, Season's Greetings in there as well. So you've got all of your different Christmas words. Now you've then got let me share this with you, this gorgeous ivy edgeable die. Now the great thing is about the edgeable is that of course you can do all of the edgeable techniques that you already know and love using this design. You've also got the stamp and die in there as well, which is fantastic. So that lovely Father Christmas stamp and die that's in there, really, really gorgeous. The other Christmas word you've got, by the way, of course, is peace on earth, which I'd already showed you there on the box. The other thing that you've got, which I love, is the dies. Now these dies, the square ones, they're kind of like, well, they're frames, I guess, but they're like really super fancy nesting dies when you think about it. Because think about, from that, you can also then create lovely toppers for your cards with things like this as well. You've got the stamps in there, but the star of the show, and I know the bit that you're waiting with bated breath for me to show you. Shall I show you the B-sides? Now, I've got to try and work this out, whoever asked how I do the B. Oh, I've got it. Yeah, there we go. So let's show you the B-sides. So this is your pad. Now, the great thing is about the pads, of course, they are double-sided. So you do have double the amount of options. Now, you've got 3 of each design in here, which is amazing. So it means that you are going to be able to use them in different ways all the time. If you love fussy cutting, then you're going to be able to fussy cut these beautifully. And as Sara said, there's elements of these paper pads. You're not really you can use a whole sheet, absolutely. You could do a lovely big 12 by 12 scrapbook page using this, but also think about just using elements, cutting elements out. I mean, some of these could be divided into quite, easily. You can see immediately how you could divide them into 4 to 6 different panels for your card. So you think about how far you're going to stretch that 48 sheets. Definitely worth, though, getting another one. Do you know what these are going to make beautiful ones of? It's going to make beautiful tags. So you can make some lovely tags using this paper pad. 100% you could. 92, there's a little bit of a snapshot of all the different pages in there. £92 or $105. It is incredible value for money. Let me just break down again absolutely everything that you're getting included, because it is amazing. You're getting the Poinsettia Perfection. These are all your metal dies. Festive Foliage, Peace on Earth, Christmas Wishes, Season's Greetings, Merry Christmas, Yuletide Frames and Enchanted Ivy. The 2 cut and embossed folders in there for you as well. Elegant Holly and Festive Frame. You've then got that paper pad, which is just gorgeous, and the St. Nicholas stamp and die, along with the Christmas magic stamps, and we're even going to pop a pokey tool in there for you as well. You have got absolutely everything you need. Now, the great thing about it is usual price there, £116.86 or £159.30. Today, £92 or $105. However, Club Inspired Platinum members, which I know so many of you are, can get it for $73.60 or $84, saving you over £43 or over $75. Incredible value when you consider this is a world exclusive launch. You're going to be amongst the first crafters globally to get your hands on this. Think about how many gorgeous projects you'll have made with this collection between now and Christmas. And when you look at how many projects you can make, I reckon, if you're bringing your own card blanks and envelope, what do you think, Sara? I mean, I would say just out of the paper pad alone, surely you could stretch that out to hundreds of projects on its own.
I would definitely say hundreds. What will happen though is there'll be some that you'll love, or some of you that are maybe if you're someone who's making to sell, right? Because this is the look that is very in, right? You're going to be able to make these cards to sell. You could make packs of the cards. So you could come up with it, because the difficult bit's coming up with the idea, Joe. So you could make a pack of maybe 5 or 10 of the same card, or 2 or 3 different ones in the pack. Sell a box of ready-made cards, and the papers are that beautiful. You could be just, a little bit of a card, few embellishments, one of them poinsettias on the side, one of your lovely frames around it. Absolutely sorted. So those of you that do this as like a small business, this is absolutely the kit to go for, because this is the style and the design that will come out year after year after year. But this is the collection for this year. So if you are thinking you'll use it in future years, get more of the paper pads now, because we won't keep stocking them paper pads in future years. I mean, I should probably have a word with them to see if we can do that, because the designs would work so well. But it's your holly, your ivy, your mistletoe, your poinsettias, your traditional Christmas designs that are just going to work with everything else that you've got.
Yeah, they are. And what is so great about them, they are traditional, but they're vintage. They're kind of, I don't know, they've got a bit of French elegance about them almost, which I think
French elegance.
It really
Love
has.
that.
You know, I feel like I need a beret and some onions. But no, they are absolutely beautiful. In fact, do you want to have a look at some of the different ways that the design team have been putting these beautiful collections together? And of course, that just a snapshot of the different ways in which you are going to put these together. I wondered how long it would be, Sara. She's been in touch. Christine Mahoney. She says, I did oversleep slightly this morning. Good morning. But don't worry, I purchased the collection days ago with 5 paper pads. Absolutely love it. Christine lives in upstate New York, and she purchases whenever there's a collection. She never, if ever there's sort of like, I don't know, like a sort of world apocalypse or something, and you know we need to find like a craft bunker to hunker down in with lots of paper, then Christine would be our woman. She always has plenty of the paper pads as well, and I understand why, because when they're this gorgeous and they're this craftable and they're this usable, it totally makes sense to make sure you've got as many as you need. She says, I absolutely love all of it. Sandra saying that she's got the Santa stamp and die, can't wait to receive that. Mitch saying as well, gorgeous collection, so arty. I think it really is, and it's interesting because it is kind of a design-led collection really, Sara, isn't it? That it started with all that great artwork.
Yeah, they do. We started with the paper pad, and then we work our way backwards from the paper pad to get all of the elements to match in with it. Now, talking about the paper pad, look what I thought we'd do. I made this on Create and Craft this morning. I've already done a show with this morning, Joe. I was on Create and Craft nice and early, just after 8 o'clock. And I thought, do you want me to show you how to make just the gift bag?
Yes,
because
please.
You've seen me do these poinsettias exactly the same as what we've just done on the last demonstration. So you can do a poinsettia flourish, but I can show you the gift bag nice and easy. So the difficult part is deciding which paper we're going to do with. So should we do it with
from
the
the papers from the pad? You can make it from a 12 by 12?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Hey, I think I quite like it with the roses on. I think we'll go for one from the B side, Joe. Look how easy it is. I didn't even get past the first page and I've chosen one, right? So we're going to go from one from the B side, and I'm going to get my scoring board. Now, you want to make a note of this. So get your notepad out, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to come, line up at the side, and I want you to score at 3 3/4, right? So 3 3/4 on here, and come all the way down to the end. Then do 4 3/4. It's actually quite easy to remember. And then 5 3/4. Okay, so 3 3/4, 4 3/4, 5 3/4. Give that a fold over on the last one. All right. That's going to be our glue and flap, by the way, that little bit. Fold this back over. It's such a shame to put Santa Claus on the inside, isn't it? But I think these Christmas florals are lovely.
It's a good job you've got multiples, isn't it?
It is a good job you've got multiples, because even just making these gift bags would be lovely, right? 3 3/4, 4 3/4, and then 5 3/4. All right. And then what I want you to do is come around here and score 2 inches all the way down. That's going to form the bottom part of your bag, right? That's all of your scoring. So give all of these crease lines a nice burnish. So use the side of your tool and give them a nice little burnish, and I like to fold them both ways. So always fold over on your score line first of all. So where you've scored it, you're going to fold that way. And can you see, not getting any cracking on here at all, Jo? It really is gorgeous cardstock to work with. And it's great quality just to use for like a gift bag like this. It's brilliant quality to be able to do this with.
It's good that it's heavy enough as well. 180 GSM, but it's got a really lovely thickness to it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to go straight away. So then that's going to be, those bits are going to fold inwards on the side. Now on the bottom, I'm going to fold this up and crease it. And then what I am going to do is just come in with a pair of scissors and just cut up those edges. Right, so there's going to be our edges there, and then here and here. And actually we can cut this one, we don't need this piece, right? So this then, folding your sides and a little bit of tape right up the edge here. And then you'll see this piece will fold over. Oh, your side are going to fold inwards. There we go. So, and then this folds over on here. And that whole gift bag will come together. So it's just a nice size with a nice gusset for a nice little gift in there. And then on the edges, these then fold down. And I'm going to go tape along the bottom of this one and along the bottom of here. And then look at this. It's like a 2-minute make, this one.
How incredible is that?
How fast was that to put the whole thing together, right? So there's your nice little gift bag. And it's coming with those florals on. I think it's beautiful. And then all we're going to do is you're going to come in, pokey tool, and we're just going to poke some little holes, or if you've got a hole punch. But as we've got a lovely pokey tool in the collection, seemed a shame not to use it. And I'm going to bring this in here, and then we're just going through with one piece, and then you come back out the other end with the other piece, and you're just going to tie a little ribbon.
Do you know what you could put in here?
What?
A nice little slice of homemade Christmas cake would go in there, wouldn't it? In a little bit of greaseproof, in a little bit of baking parchment.
A little bit of baking parchment. Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah, well, I actually used to, when I lived on a little cul-de-sac when I lived before. It was like a little courtyard. It was a little collection, there was like 6 little barns around a courtyard. It was really, really cute. And then my neighbour 2 doors down, she was maybe in a sort of late 70s, early 80s. And every Christmas she'd come around with a card and a slice of homemade fruitcake, and she'd go around and deliver them to everyone. It was gorgeous.
Oh, I think that would be lovely to do in that. And then if you see with the one I'd done before, Jo, all I've done is I've added in a couple of little bits of poinsettias on the side, just like you just seen me do. And then all of the dies have like an outer and an inner. So you see, it's about, if we do that one there, let's have a look, Christmas wishes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the cut. And I'm going to let's have a look. See, I will consult my mirror card collection box and see what we've got. Yep, we've always got some gold mirror card on the go. And then I think some nice ivory Centura would work a treat. So you see, I'm going to
Have you totally Tiffany'd yourself back there?
We're totally Tiffany'd up here.
We really are.
We are beyond organised, Jo.
If you want to totally Tiffany yourself as well, you need to join me on Wednesday for a great Creative Craving show. Also going to be tape pens as well. So if you want to get yourself organised, Wednesday, meet Anne Leanne here on Crafters TV.
Oh, sounds very very ominous. Leanne likes to be organised, so
She's very organised.
I imagine that would be a good show then, Jo. Right, I'm going to cut that out there, and then I'm going to cut the Christmas wishes out here, and then I'm going to pop the top piece on, and I can show you just how I created that lovely outer feeling like this. So if you want to do this 3-dimensional Christmas wishes like what I've done here, all you're going to do, here we go, is we've got the Christmas wishes, and you're going to cut this out, just tap this on the side, this will lift out here, can you see? And then just take this middle out. This here, we need a good spray all over the back. So you know, oh my life, where's Brenda?
Oh, you know who had Brenda?
Where's Brenda?
Debbie Fisher had Brenda yesterday. I hope she hasn't kidnapped her.
She's round here.
Found her, it's fine. Call off the search party.
Right. Here's Brenda. Oh dear, poor Brenda's taken a bit of stick over the weekend, I think. What did Debbie Fisher think about Brenda at the weekend?
Well, Brenda, she's also got, you haven't met Gloria, have you?
No.
Gloria the glue holder.
Gloria the glue holder.
Yeah, which is definitely not just the top of a water bottle turned upside down with your glue stuck in it. So basically, like a water bottle, Debbie cut the top off of it and she leaves it on her surface. She puts her pin in her glue, turns it upside down and puts it in Gloria the glue holder so it doesn't go rusty.
That is an absolutely cracking idea. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to position that down there. And then look, that looks lovely. But then look, if I bring in my, like the nice red one here, and then watch what you do, just a little bit around the edges, just to kind of soften those edges. And I just think it really warms it up and makes your topper look lovely. This would be nice, Joe, as well, to do a matching tag to go with the little gift bag that you've just made. I think this would finish it off nicely. You could just put a little bit of a little hole through on the C here, and then that becomes the lovely Christmas tag that you're just going to finish off. I think I'll just pop that on there. You go around like this. I've got my extra large foam pads back out. Oh, we've restocked from out the shop. I tell you what, we're living the dream now, Joe. When it comes to foam pads, we've got everything we need. So there we go. That'll just go on there. And of course, you saw me do that poinsettia earlier, but I just think what a brilliant way to make a lovely little gift bag. Now, I only count that as half a demo.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going to be really quick in tidying up and then do my next one. Is that okay?
Brilliant, that sounds good. Loads of you still commenting along, letting me know what you are up to. Leanne, watching on the big telly and also Crafters TV on my phone so I can follow the comments as well. Great idea. Erin says, love the Santa stamp and those poinsettias. Lisa saying, it's the best gift I'm giving myself today. I'm treating myself. It's her birthday. Is it today, Lisa? Happy birthday if it is today. I hope you have a great day. Kelly says, I had no intention of ordering this, but wow, it is stunning. I've placed my order, even saved with my Club Inspire as well. Sonal says, I love the poke tools. They are the best to pick bits out of your die. Absolutely they are. Malia saying, simply in Hawaii, the design team are fabulous. Aren't they just? They are an incredible team of people that work so hard to bring these great products to you. Mary says, good morning. Tuned in just in time to see the beautiful vintage set. It is beautiful. Tracy had said as well, before you even made it, don't forget a tag on that bag for Joe. I do love a tag, as you know. Jane says, this lady is a genius. That bag is beautiful. And Darlene finally saying, every day I say no more than here you'll come with the fabulousness. And it is a day of utter fabulousnness for you. I never thought I'd say this, but 50 minutes into our launch show, that big collection, half the stock has gone. Let's face it, what's the time now? So it's 10 to 7 on the East Coast. On the West Coast, it is 10 to 4 in the morning. The US haven't even really woken up yet, and is it always incredibly busy? We are at the busiest point of the show right now. Remember, everyone pays that great price on your screen. Club Inspire Platinum members, you get this for $73.60 in the UK or $84 in the US. It is a great collection. It is brand new. It is gorgeous. It is exclusive, and it's also incredible value as well. Right, I've said enough. Back to Sara. I know she's like a coiled spring over there, ready for the next part of this demo.
I know. I do feel like I need to explain to you, when that big bundle says out, we will still have most of this in stock, okay? It is only the launch day of something, but what you've got to remember is, you know, during lockdown, all the shops that we were supplying were closed. So we would have all of the stock that would usually go to all of the shops, not just our shops, but shops all over the UK that we supply. That's what we were selling to you guys. So we had plenty of stock of everything, whereas now all those shops are back open. So that's why when Joe's saying half the stock of the big bundle, you know, we'll be doing another masterclass on this in a few weeks, but chances are we won't have everything in the collection to sell. That paper pad will definitely be gone. The top selling dies, like that beautiful frame that we've got, that'll absolutely be gone. The edgeable die is going fast. So the poinsettia is the next one that's going after that. So what will happen is, yes, the shops are taking a lot of our stock. It means that we just don't have as much to sell, you know, through Crafters TV as we would normally have liked. So yeah, you've got to make the most of stuff when it is our launch day. This is going to be coming to HSN, but not until the September shows for HSN. We've had that much Christmas product. It's been spread over the July, August and September shows. So this one will be coming coming up in September on HSN, but we've got it all available. If you're watching this live now, we've still got it, right? Now, this is what I'm going to show you here. This is one of my favourite cards to do with our edgeables. It's one of my favourite techniques, Joe, because can you see, it starts off life as one sheet of cardstock and you're just going to cut that edgeable detail into it. So I've just taken a sheet of A4, you can either use A4 or 8.5 by 11 cardstock, but you're going to fold it in half so that you've got a tent-fold card. This is going to be the top. And then you take the edgeable die, and we always design these edgeables to work really well on this size card. Now, can you see this doesn't have an outside cutting edge here? So we can see the cutting edge starts here and it goes all the way around the outside and stops here, right? So this bit here is going to stay connected. So when we take that down on the card, if I place this here, all of this is going to cut away this lovely detail. So let me just show you. If I take a little bit of tape like this, we're going to hold the tape down on here, open this up, and then we're going to just do the normal cut. So when we say normal cut, it's cut into your base plate, Joe. Then you want your clear plate, your magnetic and your top plate on there, and you're going to send that through. Now, the first time through, we'll cut it. If you're using a Gemini, it will also give it so much pressure that it will probably do the majority of the embossing at the same time. But if not, you can always, see if I lift this off now, yeah, my Gemini's done all the embossing there, Joe. But your other option is you could send it through again and it will do an emboss. But can you see there? All of that's embossed beautifully on there. And then all we do is we cut along the fold of the card until we get to that edge point, right? So there's the first part done. And then if I just pop the pieces out of the die, we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So I'll show you as though I'm looking at the card. This time, so it was cut like this, we're going to turn it round like this, position that up against the edge as well, down there like that. Same again, and it gives us this lovely shaped front to your card. And now you can do this with any edgeable. It is one of my favourite techniques to do with our edgeable dies, this one, Joe.
I'm guessing, even though it's a festive one, Sara, we're going to be able to do all of those edgeable techniques that you taught us in the edgeable masterclass with this. So all of that is still relevant. Make sure you go back and watch all those back. One question coming in, Jill Warehams on Facebook says, are there other size paper pads? And there's not. But to be fair, Sara, because it's made up of such a combination of elements, I mean, you're going to be able to achieve with a 12 by 12 what you'd be achieving with a 6 by 6 anyway, I'm guessing.
Well, that's why we didn't do a 6 by 6 pad with this one, because of the nature of the designs. They needed the larger space to be able to pick out the elements. So we sized everything in the collection to work with those sized elements. So yes, I know we normally do a 6 by 6 and a 12 by 12, but that's the reason why we haven't done a 6 by 6 with this one, just because I feel like you'd compromise the design a little bit too much.
Awesome, good to know.
Right.
But yeah, you can definitely, if you prefer making smaller cards, you're going to be by all means able to cut that 12 by 12 down into smaller focal points and elements, as Sara was talking about earlier. So you can always get the 12 by 12 and then cut it down would be a great shout. And let's face it, if you cut it down into 6 by 6s, you've got nearly 200 sheets then. So absolutely, you're more than welcome to do that.
And what you'll find is you probably won't cut it to 6 by 6s. You'll cut just the size that you need for your card.
You're almost just going to fussy cut your own toppers, really,
yes.
aren't you?
Yep, that's exactly what you're going to do, and you'll appreciate what we're saying once you get this home and start working with it. It's very unlike a lot of the other paper pads that we do, and really kind of special in that regard as well to work with. So this is just showing you the detail that we've got on that lovely embossing. So this is what I would be doing with a lot of the base cards like this. Now what I've done, Joe, I'm just going to try and be really I did have let's get a new baby wipe out. I'm trying to keep my workspace nice and clean, seeing as I've got so many demos to do. So I've then gone from here and used my fine tip glue to just where we've got little holly leaves, put some little dots on the holly here, right? And then you can add some little dabs of glue. So if you just do that, obviously you're going to need to leave that to dry. So if I show you the one that I've already done, it's exactly this, but I've left that glue to dry on the edge with a little bit of red glitter glue in there. It just kind of makes all the holly leaves, all the little holly berries pop off there. So that's given me the kind of base for the card. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that fabulous frame. And this apparently has been the #1 top selling die in this collection. After the big collection, then obviously everyone's gone for the paper pad. After that, this is the one that everyone's going for, people who are buying things individually.
This is really versatile, whether you're using it for Christmas or you could definitely use this in every day, I'm thinking as well, Sarah.
This frame? Yeah, you could, certainly the inside bits. What do you want my top tip? So there's my plates here. If you're sending it through anything other than a Gemini, I would just slightly offset it like this. It doesn't really matter on the Gemini, you don't need to worry about doing it. But if you're sending it through another machine that hasn't got quite as much pressure, just slightly offset it, and what you'll find is it'll just, instead of taking all that cutting at once, it'll just ease it into the cutting a little bit easier. And then if you sometimes have to send your die through 2 and 3 times, you might find you just have to send it through like 1 less time than what you would. So, and you say obviously because it's a Gemini, mine's cut absolutely no problem there. And then all I'm going to do, flick these extra little pieces out, Joe. And I'm going to just add a little bit of extra ink around the outside of here too.
Wonderful. Darlene on Facebook says, every day, you come here with a fabulous. She also, we got 2 Darlenes. I didn't think Darlene was a particularly common name. We've got Darlene Balke and we've got Darlene Desario as well. Hello to all the Darlenes that are watching today. She says, I love vintage old-fashioned things, especially Christmas. And this is definitely the collection for you. Robbie says as well, I had to get this collection. It is gorgeous. Loads of you, I think there was a lot of people that were a little bit on the fence about it, Sarah, until they'd seen it like laid out and all the things you can do with it, and now everyone is just deciding they absolutely need it in their life. That is why of that big collection, over half the stock has gone. 89 elements, of course, within here as well, so you are getting absolutely loads, and it's great that we brought it to you on such a great discount, considering it is the launch show as well. And a great time now to get started, if you haven't already, would you say, with your Christmas crafting, Sarah?
If you haven't already got started, there is no time like the present, Joe. That's all I will say. Get yourself organised and get cracked on with it.
And I think if you had between this and if you'd gone for our nativity collection as well, very different, aren't they? Both very traditional,
yep,
but would work so well together. I mean, you'd have literally all the styles, maybe a couple of quirky bits to go with, and that is really your whole Christmas crafting taken care of.
Well, all of the elements, we do design a lot of our collections to work really harmoniously, and because both of those are very traditional, then yes, absolutely, they're going to really work well together. So if you want it, that's why we didn't put any nativity elements within this, with it being traditional. We've kept it to the vintage Santa Claus, and then that's going to work really, really well. If you wanted to add in some of the really traditional vintagey stuff in there that we've got from the nativity, that would work really well too. Now, look what I've done, Joe. I'm just going to start and build all of this up. So, here we go. Nice and clean. We are going for it today. We're going to be really good. Now, I've taken a few elements from the paper pad. Here we go. And I've just cut them out. So, I'm going to form these as like a nice backing. And then also that on the inside, another one of those lovely Christmas roses. And I'm just going to start and build all of this up, and you'll kind of see it come together really nicely, Joe.
Don't forget, there's loads more happening this week on Crafters TV. Obviously, we're kicking it off right here with this launch day. Debbie Fisher is back in the building as well. She was here with me last night. She's going to be here with me again today at 4 p.m. for Monday Makers, which is gorgeous. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be up with Leanne for the softer side, which is going to be really lovely. It's our weekly destination soft crafting needlecraft show. There's a wonderful launch party happening tomorrow night as well, again with myself and Debbie Fisher, and then double Leanne will be here on Wednesday, another launch day for you on Wednesday, and then we're going to totally Tiffany's you on Creative Cravings also, so make sure you join us for that, and there might be some tape pens as well, and then Derek will be here on Thursday, of course Cartload Day, then we'll be having, there's just always so many shows every week now, I love it, and then of course Friday, Colour Me Happy will be happening. We'll also have the Craft House on Saturday, Second Chance Sunday on Sunday. We're with you every single day, twice a day, 11 a.m. and 1 1 p.m. here in the UK, which is 6 a.m. or 11 a.m. if you are on the East Coast. And it just feels like a particularly exciting part of the year at the moment. I think with all the Christmas collections coming out and all of the new Christmas stuff arriving, Sarah, because let's face it, I mean, crafting is for all year round, but it does dominate probably half of a crafter's year, would you say, Christmas?
Well, I think for a lot of people, they will be doing more cards. A lot of people will be starting on their crafting journey for Christmas who maybe haven't crafted up to now. So there'll be a lot more new people getting into crafts at the moment, I would say, Jo. And then also you'll find you do more cards at Christmas than any other time of the year. So if you're going to invest in any collections, now's, Christmas is the one to do it. And there's a lot of people, Jo, who've started their own small businesses during lockdown. So a lot of people who maybe just made cards as a hobby have actually started turning the free time they've had into a small business and been making some little, some cards that they can sell. Maybe that's you. You're going to be doing your own craft fairs for the first time this year, or people who've started like a little Etsy stall or whatever. And I think this is a brilliant collection because it is such a really popular look. Like I said, before I started, even before I made cards, if you look at the sort of ones you buy in the shops, it's this colour palette, it's this feel, it's that traditional feel. That is what you're going to see in the shops. So you might as well be making your cards in that same really popular design because that's what people are going to want.
Yes, absolutely. And the great thing is that you've got the whole collection which plays so beautifully together. I'm going to just quickly show you that paper pad again because that's really where the whole design, the whole inspiration for the collection started with the paper pad. So let me just show you what you've got in here. And again, I love that. You can see there, look, immediately I can see where you'd use that. So you've got a little bit of a lovely flourish border up this side here, which is gorgeous. You've got these floral elements in the middle. These could come out. This could be a great topper here if you wanted to fussy cut that. And then actually you got a bit of a background here as well. So already you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 elements there. It's actually a bit of a flaming flourish there. So think about how you're going to cut this down, how you're going to get the most out of it. If you want to use it as is, absolutely, you've got the option to do that as well. Now, the great thing is about this, you've got 48 pages in here. It's 12 by 12, and it is 180 GSM. Now, you do have multiples, and that gives you loads of options. That means that if you want to fussy cut these, you want to decoupage some of the elements up, absolutely, that is, again, something you're going to be able to do. A really good variation of colours in here as well. I know we bring you a lot of, like, red and green and gold for Christmas, but in here, you've got some blues in here. You've also got some sort of golden yellows in here as well. So it really is a great pad. It's in the big collection for you, £92 or $105. It is also, of course, available individually. Now, what a lot of you are doing is you're going for that big collection and then you're adding one of the extra ones in there, $14.99 or $17.95 if you want to get it on its own. If you spend £40 on individual items as well, or $40, you get an extra 15% off. And what you can do is you could do both if you wanted to. So you could go for the big collection, and then you could be adding 3 paper pads in and still getting the 15% off of the paper pad, but getting that 20% saving as well on the big collection. So it's great value, however you decide to put it together. What I'd love to do though is share with you a little bit more inspiration as to some of the different ways you're going to use this brand new vintage Christmas collection. There you can see just a snapshot of the way in which the design team has chosen to use the gorgeous designs. Diane Bell says, good morning, got started a little late today, and wow, that is what we seem to be hearing a lot. That was Diane. Jasusa says, not on the fence anymore, got the collection and the extra papers as well. Diane got up especially in California to watch the launch. That is no mean feat at 3 a.m. There is absolutely everything that you are getting there laid out. Now, I know a lot of the time we do say you can mix and match and pick things, and when we bring you really massive collections sometimes, Sarah, it's easy to see how, you could buy this and this would go with this, but with this, I mean, you just need to, it's going to play so well together, isn't it? That it's really worthwhile getting the whole thing if you can.
Come and I'll explain like what the thinking was and then why we put the stuff together, because this paper pad, it's not like other paper pads that we do, you see. If you look at it, what it is, Joe, we've taken the individual, we've worked with a fantastic artist on this, and she's taken individual pieces of some beautiful vintage artwork and then done this like decoupage style background. It's almost like you've taken individual elements, torn them together and pieced them back apart and then layered them up. So each one of these, the front and the back, is all done in this sort of style. Now as you're going through, what you'll see is each of these elements are all designed to work, and then we've sized them perfectly to work with things like your cut and emboss folders. So can you see how he just sizes beautifully within one of the cut and emboss folders? Or it might be that there's another one that we have there. So let's take the other cut and emboss folder here and show you how well that would work in that size one. Or perhaps in this one, you're going to take this element and you could see how that would size in there. And that is the idea. So when someone asked, have we not done this in 6x6? The reason that we haven't, Joe, is because I wouldn't want to size these designs. I mean, look at the, as you call it, the B side. Even the B-sides are beautiful. And this little element here, what about taking that lovely big frame that we've just been working with and then sizing this around the lovely little side? This is how everything is designed to work, Joe. Now, in terms of things working together, okay, yes, that 12 by 12 pad's beautiful. So every one of the designs is just gorgeous. You've got the traditional elements. Some of these are going to pull out as lovely pieces in your backing papers. Let me just show you again. This is why everything's sized to work. So you absolutely need the two cut and emboss folders. I'm going to use these again in my next demonstration, and that collection of frame dies. So these are absolute must-haves, these three elements in the collection, right, Joe? Then if we look at what else you need, any of the projects that we've made, so let me just find, for example, this one is one that I did up there. We'll pop you down here. This one here that I brought in. How amazing does this look with that beautiful poinsettia coming around the outside? So to do that, you need the poinsettia die, which is this one here, and you've got different sizes in there. And then also this really usable Christmas foliage. So lovely different sizes of the leaves, of the sprigs, of everything like that. So these two, we should really have done them as a pair, because these two are really essential to kind of go together. And it shows you on the back how it frames up to make a lovely big poinsettia. And that looks exactly like that lovely big centerpiece one that you've got on the top there, right? So those are your next elements that you absolutely need, okay? Now you've also got on there that lovely vintage Santa. So we haven't had a chance to play with him yet on one of the demos. I'm going to use this in the next demo. This is the one I'm going to do next. He's fabulous to colour. So he colour, whether you're using your tri-blends, your Spectrum Classics, your Illustrators, he's beautiful to colour, but then also you get the die to be able to cut him out as well. So it's perfect to have the stamp. When we've got elements like that, we generally tend to do them as stamps and dies now, Joe. So that's an absolute need to have. And then you saw me use that edgeable. That edgeable's used in so many of the different cards that we've got, Joe. The one that I've just made, if I bring that back in and show you again, just whether it's a sizing like this, or perhaps that one that you had earlier. I'm hopefully going to get a chance to do this later in the show as well, where we've just used one element of it down the edge. So that one's, and it matches that frame perfectly well. You know, the hollies are all going to match in beautifully well together. So that's a need to have. So if you're mixing and matching between the collection, bear in mind the rest of this stuff's now free, because you're getting a 20% saving if you go for the whole collection. And if I show you what you get in terms of the words, that bag that I made, we did that lovely Christmas wishes. So you get that in Christmas wishes. Actually, it might be nice to see there. Can you see? Oh, that one's season's greetings. There is your Christmas wishes as well that we've done. Then you've got the peace on earth, and you've also got Merry Christmas. And they look lovely shadowed or with the outer piece to go with it. And then to finish it all off, you get another set of stamps that have, may the spirit of Christmas fill your heart, and may the beauty of the season fill your heart with love and joy, Yuletide greetings, peace on earth, joy to the world, Santa Claus, all those lovely little elements. 9-piece stamp set there as well. So really, when you look at it like that, Joe, it's kind of hard to choose just a few elements, isn't it? That's why I would go for the lot.
Hard or impossible, you decide. I would say definitely worth getting the large collection just because it all does work so well together. 60% of this large collection has sold out and gone. Very busy, also very busy across all of the individuals. Hundreds of you have gone for extra paper pads alone in this launch show, so it is incredibly busy. Michael Cooley saying absolutely loving the collection. She loves, I love on YouTube, you have very colourful names. She says she loves planners and crafting by Beverly. That's her username. It says I love that poinsettia die. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of you saying how great that is, and again, I think that's going to be really wonderful if you do want to make indoor wreaths, if you want to make maybe garlands for your around the home. That's going to be also wonderful for things like home decor, box frames, as well as scrapbooking, card making. You're going to find a lot of different ways to use this whole collection. The value is incredible. 116.86 is what it should be in the UK. It's down to £92. $159.30 is what it should be in the US. It's $105 today. If you are a Club Inspire Platinum member, you can get this for £73.60 or $84. Inspire Platinum members in the US are saving $75.30 on this. So it is a great deal. It is brand new, and we've brought it straight in at a really great deal for you as well. If you want to place your order, now's a great time to do so. You can do that by popping yourself over to the website crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Click the shop the show button there. You can watch and shop at the same time. Definitely go and have a look at all the great deals we've got on our glitter cards, which would work beautifully with this big collection. You can get any of our 3-packs. You can get any 3 of our 10-packs, sorry, for £10, which is amazing. Right, Sarah, what is next?
Right, we're going to do that stamp and die set, Joe. So I'm going to get out my little stamping base and my 6x6 pad, and then look what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that Santa Claus and let's stamp him on here. So if I just pop him down, oh no, he's not going to fit on there, is he not? Here we go, he's going to fit on here. I knew I'd got organised. Just cut a little piece of Nina cardstock, and I'm going to colour it with my alcohol pens, which means you must use an alcohol-proof die. So one of the ones that we put the picture of the pen on so that you can see it colours over and it doesn't smudge. And I like to just take the ink to the stamp jaw. They're a lovely quality acrylic stamp, these, so you're going to do lots of light tapping on here and then turn over, and we're going to stamp it straight down and get a really, really load of detail like this, okay? So there you can see we've got all the detail in that lovely set. Oh, he's beautiful, isn't he? Now, we don't want to be faffing about cutting him on, right? We definitely don't want to be faffing about. So what I've got is, you've got that die set that goes with, and what it does is it cuts him out with a slight little edge around him. So it's just very forgiving, Joe, in case you get it kind of in the wrong place or mixed up or something like that. So can you see, if I take this, stick that down, I'm going to send that through and we'll die cut him out, and then I'll show you my little trick for how we can blur the edges a little bit as well.
Wonderful, loads of you commenting away. Deborah saying mine is orders plus the extra paper pads. I'm going to need a U-Haul truck to get all my stuff back to Florida from a camper van in upstate New York. I think Deborah's been camping, well, not camping, she's been in a camper van seeing her family, if I'm correct, up in upstate New York. So she'll be driving it all back down to Florida for winter very soon. Robbie says, I'm loving these papers. I know you can use it by section and that there are 4 sheets each. It makes it easier to use since you have enough to use either side. You do indeed. Tracy Parks as well says that she's got 5 of the paper pads, which is amazing. Cecilia asks, Sarah, can you use the poinsettia for foam flowers?
You can. It's brilliant for foam flower forming, and a little bit later in the year we're going to be having some lovely deep Christmas red and Christmas greens coming out in the foam. We're just waiting for the shipment to come in, so it's good to get your poinsettia die now, and then if you're wanting some of that deeper foam, it's on its way. Right now, look at this. So I've cut him out, and then what I'm going to do, so can you see you get that little bit of a white around the outside? Now I think it looks quite stark when you finish colouring in, so my top tip is if you just get a little bit of ink, so a little bit of the brown there, and then all I'm going to do is just give it a little bit of an ink around the outside just before you do your colouring, and it just takes the starkness off the edge there, Joe, and it really does make all the difference. So a little bit of inking around the edge, and then you can come in with your pens and do all of that colouring on the inside. Now, it's not a colouring show. If you want to see that, you're going to tune in on a Friday for Colour Me Happy. And I've got a fabulous Colour Me Happy planned this Friday.
Oh, do you want to give us a sneaky tease?
No, I don't want to give you a sneaky tease. You're going to have to tune in on Friday. No, I don't. We talked about vintage Christmas today, and I'm keeping on topic, otherwise I'll wander off. But trust me, gorgeous stamps coming on Friday, right? So I've done that colouring around there, and actually I've realised I used the seal brown on that one. So can you see this is like a warm, and I also had a little bit of red still on me. Applicator. So that's got that reddy glow, that's got that brownish glow, and you can see there, just I use the tri-blends with this one so you can get that lovely kind of 3D feel. Now, if I want to put that together, what I thought we'd do is make an easel card to put him on. So easel card wise, I've already got the base card ready, so let's just get that cleaned down. So it's just a 6x6 piece of, and I've done it with craft cards. It's folded in half.
I love craft at Christmas. Craft card, it's so great, isn't it?
So nice, isn't it? And we've done the score line in the halfway like this, and then that's got that crease over there. So that gives us that shaping of card ready. And then I'm going to pop this one on the front, and it's fine to use either your tape pen, or if you prefer to use like a wet glue, you could use your wet glue, but you're just going to need to give it a little bit of time to stick. Now, the reason I've done a 6x6, Joe, all will become clear now, right? So there we go. If that's that base card, the reason I've done 6x6 is because these folders are exactly 6x6.
I thought you were going to stick that folder on there for a second. I was thinking, I'm not sure that's how you use it.
No, what I'm going to do is I've got a piece of lovely gold matte mirror, right? Now, just remember when you're doing this, you're going to want to look at the folder. No, you're going to do it so that you're looking at the die. All right, so you want the die looking straight through here, and because it's a regular folder, so it's a cut and emboss one, it's not a 3D one, you basically use your two outside cutting plates, and if you want a really deep emboss, you're going to add your metal shim in there as well.
Fantastic. Loads of you loving this now. The lovely Janet from Singapore says, can't wait to receive this collection, especially the paper pad, to simply touch and admire. This collection is both elegant and classic. It will never age, and you can use it over and over again. Mary says as well, never thought of using a cut and emboss folder for cutting down 12x12 pads. More ideas. The problem is I hate using the pretty paper up. You're not alone. Loads, pretty much everyone going for an extra paper pad. At least one is what I'm hearing, Sarah.
Yep, you've got to use it, please. It's if that's going to be you, order the extra paper pad now, because this whole collection really, it's not that it doesn't work, but it works so much better when you use it with that paper pad. That's how we designed it, as one big one to work with the paper pad, and that just gives it that really kind of elegant finish. So trim that down, Joe, and I find it easier to, instead of trimming my card to exactly the right size to start with, I just trim it down afterwards. That is going to go on the front, but I just need a little piece of card to go inside there, so I'm just going to use some scraps from what's left. So I'm just going to pop that in the back there, either that one or that. Oh, I quite like it with that side.
Love
because
that.
I'm going to pop my little Santa Claus on the front. So you can just watch me put the whole thing together now.
Hannah's saying she'll definitely be watching this show back for inspiration when hers arrives, because she's loving all these techniques, Sarah.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I know I'm blowing my own trumpet here, because I'm telling you my demos are so awesome. But what you'll find is when I was planning them, I started everything by looking at that paper pad. And I didn't with this one actually. I started it with the Santa Claus die. But other than the Santa Claus one, I try everything with the paper pad, and then I start and see, oh yes, this will go really nice with this, and this is how this is going to come together and whatnot. So he's going on there. He's going to foam pad it up on here. And it's foam pads, or you could use your 3D glue gel if you wanted to use your 3D glue gel. I think I'm going to go a little bit more raised up with him. I'm going to go double layer on some of my foam pads, Joe. Make him really, really 3D.
Fantastic. Craft card is so nice for card making, especially with rich tones, says Darlene. Angie also agreeing as well, saying that craft card has a perfect touch to this collection. Cecilia got the collection on Saturday, so she can sit back, relax and watch the show today. And Leslie says another whole collection purchased, as well as an extra paper pad as well. You know what he'd make, don't you, Santa? He'd make a lovely tag, Sarah.
He'd make a lovely
He
tag,
would.
wouldn't
He's
he?
the right
Yes,
size.
he would. He would be just the right size for a nice tag. Right, I've used like an ivory card for the base on this one, Joe. In fact, I've used an ivory card for the base on a lot of my cards. So we do a lovely ivory centura. Yeah, I've just done another one of those cut in half. Look, we do a lovely ivory in the centura, but also there's like a nice ivory. If you have a little look on the website, we do like a nice matte finish ivory on there as well. So now to form a little stopper, look what I've got. Where did I put it? Yes, I used, can you see these extra dies? This little piece in here, I've just got one of those with a foam pad on. It's just going to form my little stopper in here. So that'll just give me something for that to rest up against here. And then I've just tied a nice little bow, and the little bow is going to go with a little bit of glue gel on the front. And actually that's not finished, because you'll find with all of these cards, that looks nice, but it looks quite plain, right? However, look what happens when you start and bring in some of the extra foliage. So what I've done here is I've stamped out one of the sentiment toppers. So I've stamped, "May the beauty of the season fill your heart with love and joy." And if we put that on, right, you can see it starting to come together a little bit better. However, by just taking, so I've got some red mirror card and cut a couple of the little berries, right? And then also a couple of the leaves onto some cardstock that's just been kind of colour tinted with a little bit of green, whatchamacallit, ink pads. So my little green ink pads. So that's going to go there. So I'll stick that on last. So I'll put a couple of nice globules there, pop that on, and then these here will just all poke underneath to just make it look even more 3D, Joe, you see. So that'll go under there. There we go. And then you can just pop that little sprig in too.
The 3D glue gel is so wonderful, isn't it, for these kind of jobs?
Oh, and bear in mind I'm working back to front upside down. So I think what I'll actually do is turn this around. Oh, don't you stick on there. There you go. That's why me trying to do it back to front upside down for the camera is wonderful for you to be able to see, but it's much better when you can take your time and get them done right. So at home you're going to have that benefit of being able to take your time a little bit more on it. So a couple of little holly leaves and a sprig, and then a couple of little holly leaves coming down here as well, and a nice little sprig, and then our sentiment top is just going to finish that off.
Rosalind saying that we make a great picture frame as well. I think you've cut and embossed folder. Also, Deborah says, "Yes, Joe, you're right. She's been there for 4 months. She's been in her camper van in upstate New York for 4 months," says Deborah. Sounds like a lovely way to spend the summer, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yolanda,
especially if you've been kind of stuck on lockdown, much better to be stuck in your camper van.
Yeah. That is beautiful, Sara.
That's lovely. Just finished it off nice. But didn't it need them sprigs? It looked really plain without it, Joe.
Yeah, it really, and the great thing is you can really use them all together, which is wonderful. Getting really concerned about the stock of the large collection. 2/3 of it has now gone. I know we did say earlier in the show that we thought we'd have this whole collection available for you for I don't know, maybe this week we'd be able to have it for you. I think that's looking less and less likely as we go through the show, knowing how many of certain elements of this collection are left in stock. We will bring you another collection back of this when we do a masterclass, but if you want to get the most comprehensive collection there is, I know so many of you super fans out there love to have the whole thing. This could be your only live opportunity to get your hands on this big collection, certainly this year, I would imagine. Let me just break down again everything that is in here for you, because it is great value. You've got all your metal dies firstly, so Poinsettia Perfection, Festive Foliage, they're those great flower dies. You've then got your words, Peace on Earth, Christmas Wishes, Season Greetings and Merry Christmas. You've then got another die, which is those gorgeous nesting frames, which is the Yuletide frames. You then have as well the Enchanted Ivy metal die. Now that is that edgeable die for you. You've also got the 2 cut and embossed folders, Elegant Holly and Festive Frame. That 12x12 paper pad, that is coming in there, along with the stamp and die of St. Nicholas and your acrylic stamp, which is your Christmas magic. They're all your different words. You've then also got as well your pokey tool in there. Usually $116.86 is what you'd be spending, or in the US $159.30. Today, £92 or $105 if you are in the club Club Inspired Platinum members can get this for $73.60 or $84. So really, really fantastic way of getting hold of it. What I love about it as well is that, yes, you can go traditional. And it is very traditional. The papers are super traditional, but you can bring in more abstract elements if you want to. Think about the colours and how you use colour in here. I love that you can go really vintage with it as well. You know, think about even getting your edge crimper on here. Think about making something that was quite distressed if you wanted it to be. Also really big full cards that are using the cut and emboss folders, as well as all the floral elements. Think about double layering the paper pad. I mean, if you're going for a few of them, think about the cutting a topper section and a background section, also all from the paper pad as well. Remember as well, when you've got those wonderful frames, you're going to be able to make great concept cards. You've got sort of a see-through easel there, as you can see, which is absolutely beautiful. The St. Nick stamp and die on its own really looks beautiful. And again, a lot of these have used multiple layers of paper. So you can see this background here is in the paper pad, as is this one. They work so well together. And the flowers are great, especially when you see them really super full and lush. You know, build these up. Yes, it's great on a card as a corner or a flourish, but amazing if you want to use them also as home decor. If you want to make indoor reefs for these, you're going to love that as well. And you can see again, traditionally you can colour them traditionally, or you can go a bit abstract. I'd love to see golds and silver glitter cards used with these two. Think about box frames as well, and also with the cut and emboss folders, they would make great shaker cards as well if you wanted to use them like that as well. It's an incredible collection. It is so very busy, but over 2/3 now of the stock has gone. Gilding waxes would go beautifully with this. They play really nicely with this brand new collection. So here they are individually. They're available for you, $11.99. You've got a whole host of colours available to you. You've got king gold, antique gold, gold and silver. They're all there across on the website for you. You'll find them there. And there's loads of glitter card over there for you as well, which would also work really, really well with this main collection, which is fantastic. We are having a very, very busy show. Loads of you are commenting away. Lisa Raper says, Joe keeps saying about the large collection. Is there more than one? No, this is it. This is everything. This is the whole Nature's Garden world exclusive launch for you. I keep calling it the larger kit because I know that at some point in the future we'll bring this collection back for you, but it will be a substantially smaller collection. If you want the complete collection, which is what we're offering you right now, then this is it. It is available. It is right now. It is here in our warehouse just down the road, ready to be sent out to your home so you can get crafting with it. Loads of people commenting away, Sarah, so I'm going to dive back into these comments. What is coming up next? We really needed a 3-hour show for this one, I think, didn't we?
I think we did, and I still have loads more to show you, so I'm going to try and get through quite a couple of faster demos as well to give you a few more ideas. You liked the gift bag earlier, didn't you?
Loved it.
So I thought, let's do like a little Christmas gift box as well, so a little box that you could go with. It's a nice, quick and easy demo, so that was the gift bag that we did. I thought I'll show you how to do these lovely little boxes, and it's a lovely little technique, and then we'll just finish it off with one of those lovely sentiments, Joe, okay? So to do this, and you can do these boxes at any size, it's a really simple principle. What I've done is I've cut this piece down to 8 inches by 11.5, right? And basically what you're going to do is, first of all, you're going to score it in half. So if I get my scoreboard, because this is 8 by 11.5, then the halfway point on this is going to be 5 3/4, right? If I'd done this at, 8 by 11, you just score it at 5.5, for example, right? So you score the halfway point, and then what you do is you put a little marking at halfway here. So this is 4 inches, right? And you're going to do exactly the same here. If we turn round and we'll go at 4 inches on this end. Now, I usually have a scoreboard that I've drawn a line across the middle. I've got my big score over here that I've drawn a line across the middle. So I'll pinch this one out the back, because if you draw a line in black, watch how much easier this technique is. We're going to line up the 2 corners so that we can just score diagonally, right? So I'm going to same there. I'm lining that up. Because there's so many lines on here, it's the only way to know that you've got the same line at the top and bottom. So you're just scoring all 4 corners into like a nice diagonal. And like I said, I mean, I do these with little tiny miniature versions of these. You can do long, thin ones. I've done a few of my friends' wedding favours in the past, and this is always a popular box to do as like a little wedding favour box as well. I've done them at Christmas and used them as favour boxes on the table and hung them up on the tree in a miniature version. So once you've got that nailed, I mean, this type of box, look how quick and easy it was to put together. Super easy to do. But what I've done is I've just got one of the pieces. So you could have actually used the base card pad to make this from, but I haven't. I've cut these ready in the right size so that I can then use, here it is, my, here we go. I can use just some matted and layered pieces to lay these up on the front. So you see that one will go into their jaw like this and just manoeuvre it into place. And I'm going to do that one there, and then the two side pieces as well. You only need to do the top, because obviously the rest of the box is going to be underneath, okay? So I'm going to pop this in here and pull the whole box together.
We're getting really, really worried about the stock, Sarah. I do think now that actually this complete collection is going to go in this show. 80% of the stock has now gone. And the bit that will sell out first will be, no surprise, the paper pad will be the bit that goes. So individually as well, 80% of the paper pad. I think the big collection of the paper pad are probably definitely going to go in the next half an hour. So I just want everyone to be aware, because I don't want it to happen and then people go, wow, I wish you'd have told me. But yes, very, very busy.
And I feel like I need to keep explaining to people. What happens is, you see, all of the shops are back on stream now. So that what we're finding is we're having to send a lot of our stock out to the shops. So a lot of it's been pre-ordered and is on its way to stores up and down the UK. And because we all pull from our global fulfillment centre, just down the road, that supplies all the shops all over in the UK, as well as sending it out to direct consumers all around the world. Now, here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you do that shadow effect, Joe. So each one of your dies, your season's greetings, Christmas wishes, peace on earth and Merry Christmas, you're always having this effect where we're going to cut through and you're also going to have a background piece like this. So there's our two. I'm just going to go regular, clear, magnetic, top plate. I haven't taped them down, so I'm going to try really, really hard not to move them as we go into the machine and just hope they don't move.
I feel like it would have been fine, but now you've mentioned it, you've probably jinxed it. It's going to move now.
It's because I did one on Crate and Craft this morning and it did move and it was a disaster. But in true Blue Peter style, I had one I'd prepared earlier just in case. Right, look at that. I love how these dies just like, I mean, look, that just comes straight out. How easy was that? And then with a bit of Brenda, we're going to get Brenda in and we're going to give this a bit of a spray. Now, if you don't have our spray adhesive, you can always use, you know how we sell that, the double-sided adhesive stuff. So you could put the double-sided adhesive stuff on the back of it, Joe, and then peel off the backing. Or you could do it where you have, you run it through your Xyron. I've done quite a lot of them where I've run them through the Xyron. I just literally, it's whatever's easiest for me to demonstrate when we're live on the show for you. And Brenda's very convenient.
If you had your dotted tape pen, could you use that as well?
Dotty tape pen, brilliant. As soon as we've got them back in stock, I find it sometimes pulls a little bit though. So the spray or a Xyron is definitely the best thing. And then watch that. That's nice. But look how much nicer it looks, Joe, when I bring in just my ink pad and just a little bit here, just give it a little bit of a hint of colour around the outside. It makes it look so much more professional. As a topper, I think these really just add a nice kind of finishing touch to that.
It does look beautiful. It kind of grounds it in a weird way, doesn't it? It gives it really, makes such a huge difference. Elise saying beautiful, make a holly jolly Christmas using this collection. Beth saying good morning, just had to purchase this as well. Jennifer says, I just popped in to see what was available, you know, not thinking she was going to get anything. And now this is here. Now I want the whole set. She's already ordered already today, but maybe another one coming your way. The paper that Sara is using, A4 or an 8.5 by 11. Is that the craft card that you've got there? I think that might be that measurement that you've used.
So it was A4 and I cut it down just to make, so I cut it to exactly 8 inches, right?
Wonderful.
So here we go. I'm going to go through these two edges here. And then also it's sometimes easier to poke it down from this way. So I'm going to go through this one here and then through this next one as well. Right.
Wonderful. Beatrice says, placed my order for the collection and got the extra paper pad as well. Gloria, so excited. Just purchased the complete bundle, which is brilliant. What are we calling it? What's this box called, Sarah? Do you know?
I call it a wedge box, Jo.
A wedge box?
Yeah.
It would make a good cake box. I know that's been the theme of my questioning today. But
you can tell he's on a diet, can't you?
I've not had anything naughty for 2 weeks now, Sarah. Like, honestly, like I wouldn't even lick an envelope at the moment. I'm being that good.
He is.
But I might be going out for Thai this evening as my first treat. So, you know, swings. It's all about balance, isn't it?
It is all about balance, and you have been really, really good. So I think
good.
it'd be nice to treat yourself tonight. Right, so here we go. I'm going to pop that on there, and then what I'm going to do, Jo, is that looks lovely, but I think it'll look even nicer if we do some lovely poinsettia bits and pieces around the corner. So I've got some mirror card, and mirror card's brilliant for this. And I'm just going to cut some of the poinsettias out and layer up some poinsettias as well.
Beautiful. Right, I've got a bit of an announcement, and I need to apologise really, because I just thought it was going to last a lot longer than it has. It has now gone limited stock. As soon as I said that it was going to sell out, lots of you have rushed to get your orders in and checked out as well. Less than 10% of the stock of the big collection is available. When it sells out, the elements that are probably going to go first, well, they are going to be the paper pad is what's going to go first. That's what's going to, the limited stock in the paper pad on its own. The other bit that as well is not going to be available when it sells out, I doubt, will be the frame as well. The Yuletide frame, that is also very limited stock individually now as well. So if it's either of those two bits, when those two go, you will still be able to come back and get the other individual elements, and you'll be able to get them on a £40 or $40 with, if you spend that, you'll get an extra 15% off. If you want the complete collection, as I know so many of you super fans do, if this is in your basket, you do now need to check it out, because otherwise in the next maybe 5-10 minutes I will be telling you it's sold out and asking you to remove it from your basket. It has been so incredibly busy, this launch, hasn't it, Sarah?
Yeah, I can't quite believe that we're going to have sold out of something the morning that it's not. I mean, literally, it's not even lunchtime most places in the world, and
well, there's going to be a lot of unhappy West Coasters that are waking up. You know, it's only 25 to 5 on the West Coast at the moment. I know a lot of people did get their orders in and pre-order, so I hope that is the case.
Yes, I think, and you know what, a lot of people have learned, you know, we're going to be doing the show, you know, we're going to be teaching you everything to go with it. So I do imagine most people hopefully watching, those of you who haven't watched the show live will be able to tune in and watch it a little bit later and still get all the ideas.
Yeah, and absolutely what I'd say is if you are watching this show back afterwards, the big collection will have gone, but definitely check the website for what the stock situation is at that time, because lots of the other elements will still be available and will still all work beautifully together as well. We will work really hard to get the paper pad back in stock, but how long or when that is, I'm not too sure at this moment in time. It's taken us a bit off guard really, hasn't it, Sarah?
It has a bit. I mean, I expected this launch to be a really big, busy one, but not quite to be there. Right, so let's have a little look. So what I've got is, here is one of the poinsettias that I've laid up 2 layers on there already. Now look at the difference though, because I hadn't done the shaping on that one. Look at how much nicer it is when it's shaped a little bit and catches the light. Really nice, isn't it? And then I've also got a few little bits of the holly leaves and the little sprigs on here as well, so I can just kind of start and layer. So some nice big globules of 3D glue gel down in the bottom right hand corner, and we'll layer that whole thing up together.
Darlene says this collection is coming to Texas. She's obviously just placed her order and got checked out. Mary as well saying just ordered the collection along with the extra paper pad. Almost double platinum now. Congratulations. Very elite club there, Mary. This looks beautiful, this box. What would you be I know I said I'd put cake in it, Sarah. What would you be popping in here?
I think these are quite nice for Christmas gifts, you know. So you can get a few little ideas in, aren't they lovely? And it's nice to be able to do something a little bit different, like a gift box like that, Jo.
Wonderful. It really is gorgeous. I'm sorry to say, but congratulations if you've got your hands on it, because the big collection, it has sold out and gone. I did not think that we'd be selling this out in this show. The big collection has sold out and gone. Some of the individual elements will still be available for you over on the website. We're just going to have a little bit of a regroup and see where we're at. So whilst we do that, why don't we share with you all the information about our wonderful club that is Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there, of course, of Club Inspire, which is fantastic. Yes, so just to confirm, the paper pad has sold out and gone. So lots of elements still available for you. Do you want me to run through what is still available for you? Because there is, of course, lots of it. You're still going to be able to get both of those cut and emboss folders that Sara has been taking you through as we've gone through the show. They're still there. The stamps are available. The stamp and die is available, as are all of the different festive words that we've got for you. They're all still available. The flower dies, they're still there for you. So the poinsettia and the festive foliage. The frames are still available at the moment, but very, very limited in stock on those frames. You've also got the edgeable die still in stock there for you as well, which is fantastic. So very, very busy, Sara. A lot of scrambling. It's like a lot of scrambling around there in those few minutes, trying to get it, trying to get everything organised. Lisa saying, I love the little gift box ideas that you've shared with us in this show. Wendy also saying, watching in the hang on, Wendy's watching us in the shower on her iPad. Had to get out and place an order quickly. I can imagine, I can imagine Wendy running, you know, dripping wet to the computer to get her order placed. Managed to get it sorted in time, which is great.
Oh, phew. I would be gutted if she'd got out of the shower or went through all of that and then not being able to get the order in.
Absolutely. Hannah managed to get hers in just in the nick of time as well, as did Darlene. Said congratulations to everyone that's got it. What an amazing launch day. And Christine, the lovely Christine in the Netherlands, says just checked out in time with minutes to go. Love this collection. I'm so pleased that so many of you have gone for it. Remember that we do still have lots of the elements available in stock at the moment, and also on all the individuals, if you spend £40 or $40, you will get an extra 15% off as well. So great deals, however you get it now, of course, as well. Make sure you get yourself to that £40 or dollar spend would be my suggestion.
Well, we've still got time for plenty of demos, don't you? We've still 15 minutes left. And one of my top tip recommendation for the whole collection, if you remember from the start of the show, was this amazing frame die, right? Because it is multiple frames in one. So it's a 7-piece die set. You're going to use the outside frame, and I'm going to show you how you can create a whole card, like the one that we've got in the front of here, how to create the base card from it. But then also, you can use it for all of your matting and layering pieces on the inside. So if I just take that outside piece, again, remember I said it works really well with the ivory cardstock, this one, Joe. I've just realised that when I've used this morning, I haven't popped all these little pieces out. So do make sure, every time you use your die, you just want to be making sure you've got all these little bits popped out. Otherwise, it won't cut them very well the next time through. So I think I've got most of them there, and I've just missed a couple here. It's because I tapped them on the back, Joe. I'm terrible for it. Tap them on the back and then think I've got everything through. It's just a couple missing.
You end up in the law court, Leanne, you know, if you keep doing that.
Oh, no. I know, but it's so convenient. Make sure if you do ever tap them, by the way, you tap them like this, never with the cutting bit to the front because you don't want to blunt them, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that on the ivory cardstock. So this is if you're doing it. Now I'm going to show you, because not everybody has a Gemini and something as powerful as a Gemini. And because this is really intricate, what I would say is don't try and cut through 2 layers at once. So just cut through just cut through 1 layer of card, and I'll show you how you can still make this into a shaped double piece card. So you're going to pop that on here. I'm going to go into my base cutting plates, make sure you've got all your little scraps off there. And remember the tip from before, slightly rotate it a little bit. Then you're going clear, magnetic, top plate. See, I haven't even had to use the magnetic in here, even though it's such an intricate die, this one, Joe. And it's because I'm using the Gemini, and obviously it's got the most amount of pressure. But if you are using this die with any other machine, you'll definitely want your magnetic, not your magnetic, your metal plate in there for a little bit of extra pressure, okay? So here we go. That's come out there. If I just take off that piece there, this should just lift up. Look at that. And we've got almost all the pieces out there. Just last couple of little pieces. You can tell I'm not cleaning up, can't you? Just going to pop all these last little pieces, and you'll find most of them will stay in the die, not in your cardstock, so that it doesn't take kind of much cutting out there.
Wonderful. Loads of you still loving these. Renee's asking, how would the flower dies do with flower forming foam? I think you did cover it earlier, didn't you? So they'd be fine to use with them.
It would be perfect. And I did say later on in the year, so we're just waiting for the shipment to come in now. We've got some beautiful reds and greens to do your poinsettias with. So we did design these dies with flower forming in mind. So as soon as we get that lovely deep red shade coming in, it'll work brilliantly well. Or you can colour any of your foam down, use your red ink pads or whatever. So it's going to be perfect for that. Right, you need 2 of them, Joe, by the way.
Okie doke.
So you're going to get yourself 2 of those cut out. There's my other one. And then bring your scoreboard in. And what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these and your scoring tool, just put that up against the edge and pick a line. Doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to score right down there in this middle part, and then also take it out to the outside, because we need to give that a good fold over and a nice crease on the bottom here, right? And then that is going to connect to this one, and it's the same on all 4 sides. Now this is when your dotty tape pen, if you had one, would be really handy. We ran out of dotty tape pens in here weeks ago, so I'm going to have to do mine with my regular tape pen. And what will happen is I'll get bits of tape showing through the edges, and I'll need to make sure I just work them all through. So
Diane's saying, Sara, over on Facebook, would you mind just again for the end of the show giving the measurements for that gift bag?
Yes, not a problem at all. After we've done this one,
absolutely.
I can absolutely
Mitch saying managed to get everything plus some ivory Centura Pearl and use my platinum membership, which is wonderful. So a lot of you using the opportunity to stock up. Remember, there's a lot of Centura Pearl on the show. There's wonderful glitter cards, some of our luxury card stocks, and as always with our shows here on Crafters TV, there's always lots of like extra other juicy deals that are on the show. There's always so much that sometimes we don't even get a chance to get to them live, so it's definitely always worth, I'd say, even at the start of every show, popping yourself over to the website. You can watch and shop there and have a good scroll through everything that's on the show, because you do get some hidden gems sometimes that we don't even get to mention in the show.
Right, I'm just going round the outside jaw through the 2 layers of the card with the green, just my greening pad. And remember what I said at the start, if you've got a green and a red, and I've been using the Chinese red, it's a nice bright Christmassy red, that one. That's perfect. That's going to be pretty much everything you need to go with this collection. Maybe it's a brown, you fry a brown or your seal brown, I'll just finish that off nicely. And just using that on there, can you see, just gives us a nice little bit of a hint of colour in the background here. So there's my base card, and it's an actual full card look. So this is going to stand up on its own and make a nice base card for me to work from. So I've got that ready. I'm literally going to put the rest of the card together. It'll take absolutely no doing here. I've used the inside pieces of that same frame. So can you see I've used these 2 pieces here together, Joe, and I've just cut them on a piece of gold mirror card, matte mirror there, and that gives me that shape. And then the next one, I've just cut a little piece from the paper pad, and that's giving me that shape. And I'm just going to layer all of those up on the inside.
Fantastic. Christine says, just letting us know, in upstate New York, newsflash, she already had 5 paper pads, so she's ordered another 5. She loves it that much.
So that's why we've sold out of paper pads.
Absolutely.
Christine's going to be selling them on eBay after this, isn't she?
She's going to have
charging
a
a fortune.
like a sort of paper pad showroom. I think she's going to be opening up in her craft room. It's a very well organised space. You'd be glad to know, to hold all of these tools. Remember, this is not the only show. We only used to be live with you once a day, didn't we? Now remember, twice a day. At least twice a day, every single day, which is amazing. So at 4 o'clock today, I'll be back with the launch party. Myself and Debbie Fisher will be here. We did have a good laugh yesterday. You know, it was good to have her back in the. Would be good to have her back in the. It was good to have her back in the studio. It's not a launch party today, is it?
No, that's tomorrow.
Can I just tell you why this has happened?
Why?
Because I've got 4 days on this week, and my first day on shift was a Sunday, and I was very concerned yesterday. I got up and I was concerned where Zoe Ball was when I put the radio on. It was Sunday, not Monday. It was the Reverend Kate Botley. I was all sorts of discombobulated.
Right, look here. What I've done, Joe, is I've just cut out 2 of those poinsettias, and I've stuck a little embellishment in one. And I'm going to show you how to do all of the the shaping and whatnot, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this onto here. I'm going to take this mat here, and I'm just going to do a little bit of shaping on the back of these, and then we can put the whole card together.
I've got a little bit of news, Sarah.
Go on, please tell me it's good news.
It is good news, it is. If you missed the whole collection just a minute ago, a handful of them have bounced back. Let me explain what that means. So basically, everyone gets it in their basket and enters the checkout phase, basically like being in line at the supermarket, right? And then what happens is, as people go through the checkout, sometimes they change their minds. So sometimes they take it off the belt and put it on that little bit, you know, like behind the belt, where you sometimes put the things you change your mind at the last minute. Some people might have had 2 in their basket and not realise when they got to the checkout. And when there's so many people checking out at the same time, like hundreds of people, we sometimes get a very small allocation that bounce back. We're talking single figures, but there are a few that have bounced back. So if you do want them now, you will have to be super, super quick because there are, very, very few, but there are a very finite amount there right now if you want to get it. We're gone in the next few minutes, I'd imagine.
Snooze, you lose, y'all, as Sonia would say.
I haven't heard from Sonia yet today. I wonder if she's watching. No doubt she is, and no doubt she's pre-ordered as well. I can't imagine she's snoozing and losing, our Sonia.
Yeah, a lot of our people in the US, thankfully, do pre-order them because, if not, then you have to just get up at stupid o'clock every day, don't you? So it's this way. If you get yours on pre-order, obviously a launch day from a Monday, we'll make that available for Club Inspire members to pre-order over the weekend.
And of course, a lot of people are just on Crafters TV time full-time with us in places like California and Hawaii and Australia now as well. I find it's really strange to think about that it's, 10:15 at night in... it's 10:15 at night in Melbourne today, later today. But in Hawaii, for instance, it is now, 2 o'clock in the morning?
He's having to work it out.
3 o'clock in the morning. So we span a whole 24 hours, which is amazing from all our customers.
I love it. We've got people from all over. Now, what I've done, Joe, is I've tried to be quick on finishing that demo, which leaves me a couple of minutes at the end. I thought, should I make the gift bag again for anyone who missed it?
I think that would be really, really good.
Yep. Right, I'll get to give me 30 seconds.
Not a problem at all. Tracy Kukaka saying, I hope I said that right. Tracy Kukaka on YouTube says, I want these Christmas die frames. Well, you'll need to be quick for the frames because, like the big collection, very, very, very limited on those frames there at the moment. Remember, if you are putting your own collection together, which you can still do because a lot of the elements are still in stock, if you spend £40 or $40, you'll get an extra 15% off of that, which is fantastic. As I was saying earlier, join me later in a few hours when I'll be here for Creative Cravings, because it is Monday, not Tuesday, Joe.
You won't be here for Creative Cravings. You need some more makers.
Oh, what is wrong with me today? Are we here for Monday Makers? The clue is in the title, Joe. Monday Makers in a few hours with Debbie Fisher. I'll be here tomorrow with Debbie Fisher again for launch party, and then I will be here for Creative Cravings, but it's on Wednesday. It's not today, on Monday. I'm no hope today, am I? What am I like? It's because it's been so busy, you see. I'm all in a tither now, is what has happened. But there is great shows coming up for you every day. Best thing to know is that we're live at 11 a.m, 4 p.m. every day. We'll get the days right as we go along, Sarah.
Every show is going to be a fantastic show, so you just need to watch all of them. Right, I've got time to show you how to make that lovely gift bag again. Who requested it?
It was. I'm going to have to go back through these comments.
Right, pens and pencils out, and I'll give you the sizes again, okay? So it's made from a full sheet of 12 by 12. So if you're checking out really quickly, it's all right to pause me and go and check out and then come back, because you can still get the paper pad if you're getting it in the big collection, okay? So all you need to do is choose a really nice paper. Oh,
it was Diane.
Easier said than done, choosing a really nice paper. Oh, I like this
one. That one's
one.
lovely.
I like that. I'm going for the B track, right? So I'm going to bring that one in there.
That wouldn't necessarily have to be Christmas though, would it? You could use that all year round, that one.
Absolutely you could. So right, here's what you're going to do. Start with your 12 by 12 and we're going to go up against the left hand side and get your scoring tool, which I have temporarily misplaced. Here it is down here, right? Now, you're going to come at 3 3/4, right? I'll move this down so you can see it. 3 3/4 and score down. 4 3/4 and score down to the end. 5 3/4 and score down to the end, okay? And then you're going to fold over on that 5 3/4. You just go over there, gift bag, right? You're going to fold over at that 5 3/4 line and then fold it back on itself.
Lots of people saying they're glad that you're doing this bag again in the comments, Sarah.
My
they love it.
absolute pleasure. If there's ever anything like this you want, you've just got to ask, right? Same again, 3 3/4, 4 3/4, and 5 3/4, and that extra edge becomes your gluing flap. Then we're going to come to this side and do 2 inches all the way down, okay? Then you're just going to give all of these score lines a fold and a nice burnish.
Wonderful. Following so far.
Right, so just burnishing them all the way down. Got a little bit of sticky on me mat, you see. I usually tidy up as we go, but I've been rushing between every demo. So give all these crease lines a nice fold and burnish. And then once these are all folded, and I like to fold them both ways, all right? So I like to fold them like that. And then you see this one comes in, and then there's our side on one side. And again, this one's coming in. There's our side there. And then this piece is going to fold over there. And that's going to fold our gift bag together at the top. Then on the bottom, this all folds up, and you're just going to come in with your scissors and cut up those edge pieces. So I'm just cutting up there, not the one in the middle you don't need to do, and then we'll come up here and then we cut up that one. And actually this little piece on the corner you don't need it, so that can come right out. So here we go, little bit of tape just goes up this edge here like this, Joe. All of this comes in and that folds over.
It's amazing you can make it from one sheet.
One sheet,
you
and
could make
it's so quick.
48 gift boxes from this paper pad.
From the paper pad. You could if you managed to get the paper pad before it's sold out. Definitely. And then these parts are coming down here. That folds in. And then these 2 little pieces coming up here. That folds in there. And then all I did with my other one is put 2 little holes in the top, and then it just holds it all together. Isn't that beautiful?
How
and
fabulous.
Look how all of those gift bags look amazing as well. And whichever one you use. And they're all gorgeous.
All of them absolutely incredible. Loads of people loving them. Mitch says, you are so fast, Sarah. You are crafty ninja. Absolutely.
Crafty ninja.
Absolutely. You are a snooze you lose. Yo Sonia says, I have to say, Sarah, that paper is breathtaking. It really is. Sarah, it's been amazing. I can't believe the response that we've had to this. When are you back with us here on Crafters TV?
Well, I'm going to be back on Friday. We've got a launch on the morning, I believe. And then I've got a fantastic Colour Me Happy with some fabulous new stamps on the afternoon. I'm going to be off for a couple of days now because I've got HSN, so I'm on through the night tonight with HSN and tomorrow all day with HSN, which means I'm going to spend Wednesday in bed and Thursday playing with the kids.
Sounds like a fabulous week planned. Make sure you join Sara over on HSN if you are in the States. Also, she'll be back here with us on Friday, which is fantastic. Congratulations if you got the big collection. Also, congratulations if you got the paper pad. Remember, the frames are very, very limited stock. So if you do want the frames, you can grab them right now. They're available. The other thing to say is as well that a lot of the collection is still in stock. So get yourself over to the website, put your own collection together. Remember, if you're spending £40 or $40, you're going to save an extra 15% on the prices. That is, of course, in conjunction with your Club Inspired discount as well, which is brilliant. If you're watching this back at a later date, definitely check the website for the current stock situation, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Right, we're going to go and get us some lunch and get ready for Monday Makers, which will be up in precisely 3 hours time with myself and Debbie. So we'll see you back here for that then. Take care.